So I looked at the calendar this morning and realized that moving day is just around the corner, and that's a little terrifying. It's Saturday, the May 16th. I want to be moved. I want to be moving in less than 30 days. So we got a lot of work to do. And we've been doing things here and there, little by little, but I guess is what we got to go into crunch time. We have a lot of things that we need to start doing, and we're really preparing for two different outcomes of this move. One of them is that a moving company is going to come move us, and we're not going to have to do too much. We're just going to have to make the drive. And the other outcome or probability is I'm going to have to rent the biggest U-Haul truck I can and do it all by ourselves. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got a spider web in my mouth. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm pretty stressed out. I was hoping that by now, within 30 days of wanting to leave, and really less than 30 days, I would like to be gone as close to June 8th as possible. That's whenever my contract with my job up here is done and I'm allowed to leave. I would like to be gone as close to that day, like the 8th, 9th, or 10th as possible, which means that we're less than 30 days. And I'm pretty stressed out because I was hoping that by now I would have my movers and everything scheduled. This entire time, the past 10 months that we've bought our property in Texas and have been planning on making this move, we've been planning that, hey, we'll just have a moving company come and move all of our stuff. They'll take care of everything, packing and all, and we won't have to do anything except for point and say what's going and what's going to the trash, and then we would have to make the drive. But now, with this being 30 days out, it's looking like I may have to do it ourselves. And why I've waited so long to schedule the movers, I'll get into later. But at this point, we may have to front the money to get a U-Haul and do it ourselves, and that's a big drive to make with a U-Haul. 2 dogs, 2 cats, and another vehicle. At this point, even with all of the COVID stuff, we're considering Bailey and EJ flying back home so that it's not a 36-hour trip for them. It can be a 6-hour trip, and then they can be done and go quarantine at home, at our new home. We already have airline credit to get the tickets without having to pay anything. It's still a consideration. We'll see if what happens there. It kind of depends on everything else that goes on. But now that we're in crunch time, it's time to start working on this crawl space. I gotta just start cleaning it up. Whether we use moving people or not, if we do use the moving company, they won't come into the crawl space to take anything out. So I gotta move everything from the crawl space out into the garage and separate the things that we want to take and the things that we need to trash. And then also we have our home inspection. Our house is under contract to be sold. So we have our home inspection on Monday, and I just want to kind of go over everything myself before then to fix any obvious things that they're going to hit us on before they hit us on it. I'm going to work on straightening up our vapor barrier, cleaning up some things down here, and we're going to go into town here in a little bit to Home Depot to get some stuff. It's gotten pretty dusty in here. I ought to be wearing my town mask down here in the crawl space without dusty and stuff. It's gotten just sweeping things up and fixing that vapor barrier. So 10 months ago we bought our property out in Texas, and with the idea that we're going to move whenever I finished my job here. And 10 months ago, I was like, okay, cool. Now we have this property out there. We have family that, you know, is awesome enough to go out and check on it for us every now and then, and, you know, make sure that it's not being overrun by anything. But 10 months ago, it was like, okay, cool. Well, in 10 months, almost, it felt like a year at that point, we'll get to move there. It was like you know it's going to happen, a distant dream, but it's almost not real because it's so far in the future. So we've made a lot of plans for what we want to do out there and things that we are excited about. But still, it was always been, okay, well, in 10 months. And I feel like we had the idea that it was 10 months away until like last week. And then this morning I'm looking at the calendar and it's like, oh yeah, it's not 10 months away anymore. It's 1 month away. And there's a lot of things that need to be done in a month. And now luckily, I mean, it's bittersweet actually that this whole quarantine COVID thing is going on, because it's given us a lot of times to be home and get things done that we need to get done, cleaning up, packing stuff, deciding what we're going to take or what we're going to throw away or sell, without having to, you know, go to work and deal with that all day and then get home and be tired. So on the downside of that, COVID has kind of put a damper in my moving plans, trying to get something scheduled. So that's kind of why we're at that split of moving ourselves, or are we going to be able to get the movers here before we close on this house. All right, after messing with all that insulation and stuff today, I wanted to come up and wash my hands. Bailey talked about it the other day. We got this Young Living lemon foaming hand soap, and it smells really good. It's kind of silky. Now that hand soap is pretty nice. It smells like a I think it smells like a Fruit Loop.
I think it smells like a lemon drop.
Yeah, okay. So it smells like what a lemon drop tastes like. I still kind of think like Fruit Loops or Fruity Pebbles. That may be a deterrence for you, I don't know, but it does smell really refreshing. The Thieves Cleaner that we got, we haven't been able to use it yet because of COVID. And that's funny, right? We haven't been able to use a cleaning product because of COVID. And that's because we need a glass bottle to put it in so we can dilute it. And everyone is sold out of glass bottles that we need. Tried to search on Amazon and it wouldn't be here until after we move because of their shipping delays. So, is what it is. And we'll save it for Hawkins for when we get to Texas and just use it there. So, all right, my next little task here is I need to paint some trim boards, some little bitty trim things, and they got all beefed up and nicked up. This one's missing a whole patch of paint, so I'm gonna throw a little paint on these and then take the paint up to Bailey so that she can do some more touch-ups and whatnot. So I'm really trying to talk myself out of buying a new DeWalt brad nailer, the cordless one. They have one at Home Depot, and I'm going there today. Oh no! I got paint all over me. So they have they have a few of the DeWalt cordless brad nailers, and I really am tempted to pick one up just to finish up the last few projects that I have here. And you know, inevitably there will be projects in Texas that will call for a brad nailer. And I currently have a couple. And I do have a pneumatic brad nailer right now, but it is kind of a pain to have to get out the air compressor and the hose and and the nailer and all, and haul it around to wherever I need to use it in the house. And then I have to plug in the air compressor, and it's really loud, and it's not very helpful when you have a kid, and most of the projects you do are whenever that kid is asleep. I can't really turn on an air compressor whenever Emmy is trying to take a nap. So we'll see. I need to talk myself out of it. I shouldn't get it, but I might. We'll see. I am really not a fan of paint at all. Y'all saw I had to paint two like 3-inch trim boards, and I got paint all over myself. So now we're back up here washing our hands again with some Young Living Luscious Lemon Foaming Hand Soap. You get 2 commercials in 1 video. Lucky you. I'm gonna let those little trim pieces dry, and we'll come punch them in. They go over here by the French door. I'll punch those in here probably after we get back from town later, let them dry. I can agree with that. I guess I need to bring up my boxes from the crawl space and put away my collection of scooters. Some say I was an avid motorcycle collector, and I like to say that too. I love collecting motorcycles. Just on my budget, they have to be the small ones. All right, so we just got back from the depot, picked up some moving boxes and some tape and foam and stuff. We're prepping for having to move ourselves, so we're gonna go ahead and like start boxing stuff up, and getting everything ready to move and packed up, just in case that we have to move ourselves. We're hoping that that's not the case, but at this point, the way things are looking, it very well may be. So we're gonna start packing things up and making this house look like we're moving. So I talked myself out of getting the brad nailer at Home Depot. I went over to the aisle and I looked at them, and you know, I picked them up, and I was ready to walk out the door with one, and I decided I'll wait. I don't need to buy a brand new brad nailer to nail 2 brad nails in a trim. I don't need to do that, even though I want to. And I will get one, but what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a finish nailer vice a brad nailer. A little more versatile in what you can do with it, even though the nail is just a little bit bigger, which is fine. But I wanted to give you guys a quick update. We've gotten a lot of stuff. Well, Bailey has gotten a lot of stuff already packed up into a couple boxes. So we already have all of our decorations done and packed up, and we've already started on the kitchen to get some of the bowls and whatnots packed up. So she was being a rock star and getting all this stuff done, and who knows, maybe all of this would be for nothing. We're hoping that all of this packing was for nothing, because we're hoping that the moving company is able to get to us in time, and when they come, they'll end up unpacking our boxes and repacking it how they want to. But we're hoping that works out. But if not, our plan B is to get a U-Haul and move it ourselves. So if we have to do that, starting now to get things boxed up and packed is ideal. So we're going to be working on that throughout this week. It's an exciting time, but it's drives a lot of anxiety and stress at the same time. All right, I'm going to quit being a bum. I'm going to get over here and help Bailey get some packing done. So follow along with our move, guys. Hit that subscribe button, give us the video a like, and ring the notification bell so you know whenever we upload new content. I'm hoping that we're able to pump out some more videos just about this whole moving process and whatnot over the next few weeks. And once we get on the road, I'll film and I'll video things, but obviously editing and uploading won't happen until we get settled. So that's all I got for today. I'm gonna help her pack some stuff up and get things cleaned up. So see you guys later. Side note, Bailey made some new sourdough loaves today and they look delicious.